All right, I'm not sure where I lost you on that last video because I was just talking away and then realized it had stopped. So what I've done is I have come in with my little waterfall in blue, ending in like a little pool at the bottom. And I decided I wanted to balance that by adding a little pale blue in through the tops of the trees. And to make the pale blue, I just added some white to ultramarine blue, and I just went into the in-between places between the tree trunks and the branches, making I was very careful to do that and still leave a glow, so that anywhere you look, except for some that were intentional where I was correcting some lines that I didn't like that were too thick, any other place you're going to see the blue, then the green, and then the tree branch, whatever color it is. You'll see the blue in the middle, surrounded by green, surrounded by the tree branches. Now, let me talk about the branches that I didn't like. Up here, I had some branches that were too thick, and so what I've done is I did come into those, and the titanium white, once again, is opaque. And so if you come into something with the titanium white, you're going to totally cover it. And I wanted to do that in a couple places where the branches were just too heavy. So I'm really liking the way this is looking. It's really, I think, got a very vibrant and alive kind of feel. The next thing I want to do is add the element of air and breath. And I'm going to do that fairly lightly in this one. I'm going to bring it in with iridescent gold paint. And in addition to that, I'm going to add a little glitter because I really like glitter all of a sudden. And I'm going to thin it down a little bit with acrylic glazing liquid, because anytime you add glitter or any other substance to your paint, it's going to kind of thicken it. And so I'm just going to kind of balance that, adding the glitter by adding a little more liquid as well. And you can see the two golds are different, but I've used this glitter enough to know that it just is a really, really nice sparkle. And I know I'm going to like it. Now I'm coming in with a fairly small brush, and I'm just going to mix this together here on the palette. And then I'm going to have the movement of air begin over here and kind of swirl through the painting, getting a little lighter as it goes into the forest. And for me, the element of breath is very important. You can find studies just all over the place talking about the value of breathing deeply. It calms the mind. It brings oxygen to every cell of your body. And it's just generally healthy for you. And you've probably all experienced this, where you go into like a place where the air is not moving, and it just has this like vacuum kind of feel to it, and you can't stay in a place like that for very long, because it's like it sucks the life out of you. And so by the same token, if you go to a forest and you feel the breeze going through the trees, or I love to be on the Pacific coast. That's one of my favorite places in the whole world. And one of the things that I love about being on the coast is that element of movement of the air coming off the water, and just the incredible feeling of that as you breathe it in. So I want you just to find, it doesn't have to be gold and it doesn't have to be glitter. You can use whatever you want, but do something on your painting that reflects movement of air and breath. And you can also have, I'm going to just bring her features in a little bit with gold. These are very simple features. If you decide to do this, the eyes are at the halfway point of the face, and so since I don't have the top of her head, this is about halfway. I'm just giving a hint of the person. And then the nose comes down halfway between the eyes and the chin, and the mouth is halfway between that. And the reason I decided to do that is just so that we can show her breathing as well. Deep breaths. You've probably all had meditative experiences, and in almost every one of those there will be an element of breath, because it's just very, very well known that it makes us feel better. So breathe today.